Hello everyone, this is Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all week 12 of the NGDL. In this battle, we're going to be facing the one, the only, Fulham are the best, I guess you can say. Now, Fulham is actually a very interesting fellow because this guy I have not battled since that first battle that I showcased on my channel from X and Y. Remember that battle where I faced Fulham and he narrowly beat me in that battle? Well, since then, I've never really battled him again, actually. And I think I did battle him once in Oras, but outside of the league anyway. But that was like literally not even a battle that he was even trying to battle, so I was just like, whatever. So in this battle, for the first time in a long ass time, actually, I actually finally get to battle him once again. And he's actually going to bring somewhat of a scary team. And yeah, because he has Tapu Lele, which can be scarfed. He has that Raichu, which is really fast. And if he runs it scarf, it can also be a threat. Which he could run scarf because it can also be my Sharpedo, obviously. He has Hawlucha, which can, with Unburden, can also be literally the entirety of my team and just destroy everything. He has Torkoal, which with I'm guessing that's like the Rapid Spinner. And he also has the Doug Trio, which is that one mon that's banned, but it's not banned in the league because this league started before the ban of Arena Trap, so yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be the team. I'm hoping to win this battle because this guy was also supposedly doing me dirty by helping Toronto and Untraceable Strain beat me in those other two battles that I lost in, so yeah. I kind of have something to give this guy right now, and that is a piece of my mind. And I'm gonna do it with this team because, I mean, I brought this team because I kind of figured, why not? The one thing I gotta be careful is that this guy doesn't try to do anything funny with Tapu Lele or something, or the Whimsicott, because those two mons alone can kind of be threatening. But yeah, it's all good. Here we're gonna start the battle, and I'm gonna hope that shit works my way. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is Fulham. Looks spiffy right there. Not gonna lie though. But either way, he's going to switch out with Raichu. Switch out? He's going to lead with Raichu, and I'm going to lead off with Heliolisk. Now, here, right out of the gate, I wanted to see if this guy is actually Choice Scarf. He was Choice Scarf, and he carried Focus Blast. So I was like, damn, he hit that shit. Which is actually kind of crazy, because he usually doesn't hit his Focus Blast. But thankfully, my Heliolisk survives, and I'm able to actually just go for the U-turn. Getting a better matchup, and not to mention weakening this Raichu. And I'm just going to send in Sylveon, because now that I know he's Choice Scarfed, it's locked in the Focus Blast, and he's definitely going to be forced to switch out. And here I'm going to take advantage of going for a Calm Mind, while he switches in Hawlucha, which is definitely not an ideal matchup for Sylveon in the sense that it can carry coverage moves such as Poison Jab. Or in Fulham's case here, it's actually going to be the Iron Head, actually, which is actually a move I wasn't expecting, and not to mention it's actually a lot more dangerous because if he flinched me right there, I probably would have been in a much bigger problem, honestly. But I'm able to not flinch, thankfully, and I am able to just take out this Hawlucha by going for Hyper Voice. And now down goes Hawlucha, and I take First Blood, which is excellent. Now here he's going to go into Dag Trio. Why exactly? I'm not really sure. But either way, I just go for a Protect here, because my Sylveon is a leftover Sylveon, and I figure why not stall a turn to get some more recovery from leftovers. And he's actually going to reveal Earthquake, which is fine with me, honestly. I'm just going to go straight for the Hyper Voice right here. I personally was hoping this thing wouldn't be sashed. Instead, that it be maybe Choice Guard, so it can outspeed the majority of other things that I have on my team, like Heliolisk. And here I'm just gonna go for the Wish. So I don't go for the Hyper Voice just yet. I go for the Wish. I thought I went for Hyper Voice, but no, I went for Wish because the Earthquake was gonna do a lot of damage, and I do have Protect on this thing. And then I predicted him to switch because he probably thought I was gonna go for Protect, and I don't. I actually just go for the Hyper Voice to get some damage up. And I do get a lot of damage on this Whimsicott, and this Sylveon is getting quite an amount of HP, which is actually excellent. And now here, this guy's actually going to run something completely wacky, and he's actually going to run Grass Whistle, which is a move that has like 55 accuracy. So it's kind of crazy that this fool actually decided to run this. I was like, what the? Because, I mean, this is the second time somebody brings a move that can miss, that puts me to sleep. And it actually works out for them. It's like, come on now, are you serious? This is so lame. I almost never get this kind of RNG in my favor. But either way, I'm gonna stay in, try to burn turns of sleep because I need to stay in because honestly I can't do anything if my Sylveon's asleep. So I have to stay in. So what I'm gonna do here is obviously try to wake up from the sleep. I didn't wake up after 2 turns already, so my Sylveon has to take a Psyshock as a result, which is kind of annoying. Now here, thankfully, I actually wake up and actually get the Protect off. I stayed there all this time because honestly, I did not want this thing to get anything going. I didn't want this thing to set up like a Substitute or something. So if he sets up Substitute, I'm definitely gonna weaken this thing first with a what's it called, Hyper Voice. But he just went for Psyshock, and then here I just protected, and then I just switched out, and now I switch in my Lodic, and basically to sack it because I have no other switch-ins for this Tapu Lele, unfortunately. The good news is that while I will lose my Lodic, I now see that this Tapu Lele is actually Life Orb and not Z-Move or Choice Scarf, because if that were the case, that could have been a problem, because my Sharpedo is actually Adamant this time around, and he will not outspeed Timid Scarf Tapu Lele after +1 speed, so... yeah, so here I'm going to go into Heliolisk. I think the plan here is just to go for Hyper Voice, and the reason why I went for Hyper Voice was because this Dugtrio was still around. I didn't want to go for Volt Switch like I initially was going to, because this thing was still healthy. I do go for Hyper Voice. It does a lot. It didn't even proc it to its Sash if it even had it, honestly, which is kind of crazy. And here I thought he was going to go for a Sucker Punch, but he never did, so I was like, oh, okay. I guess he didn't want to become setup fodder for Sylveon or something, but he didn't go for Sucker Punch there. And as a result, I was able to take it out with another Hyper Voice. But now he brings in this Raichu, and I just switch in Cradillia, which can definitely take a Thunderbolt. Even though I was also anticipating the Focus Blast, but I was confident that my Cradillia, due to its Spadef, can take it, which is why I sent it in. Now here the bad news is that this Cradillia gets the Paralyze, and I was like, what the hell? Why am I getting Paralyzed now? Now, this is kind of a good thing. Like, it's a bad thing, but it's also kind of a good thing. And the reason why is because if this Torkoal actually had Toxic, I might not have been able to do much against it, honestly. So I just go for Stealth Rocks here on the switch-in. And I think what I'm going to do now, because I'm paralyzed, is try to recover stall him a little bit. Now that oh, no. First I go for the Toxic. He's going to go for Stealth Rocks, which is, like, annoying, but that's fine. Oh, and you're going to see in a bit here that this is where getting paralyzed, well, annoying, as you can see there, can still benefit me a little bit. Okay, so he's going to go for Fire Blast. I can take it okay. Even boosted in the sun, I can still take it okay. It takes under half, basically. And I'm going to go for the Toxic. Thankfully, I didn't get paralyzed, and I managed to land that Toxic. Because I'm going to be able to wither this thing down, thankfully. But now what I'm trying to do here is just now recover stall him. Unfortunately, because that's kind of how I have to play around this Torkoal right now, because I have no switch-ins to a Fire Blast right now. And my Cradillia is like literally the only thing that can take it. I had my Lodic initially, but even then this thing can have Solar Beam as well, so... But like the bottom line is that I did have to recover stall him like this, honestly. And he was literally just hoping that I get paralyzed eventually in one of these. Thankfully, I don't think I ever got paralyzed when I really needed to not be paralyzed, though, because if I did, then that would have been unfortunate, obviously. And then I would have probably have lost, honestly. But here, yeah, the sun finally goes away, which is good because now Fire Blast is weakened. And now I think here, because I'm at full HP now, I think I try to go for Giga Drain. He actually goes for the Rapid Spin, so he gets rid of my Stealth Rocks. But this is why getting paralyzed was actually kind of a good thing, because if he if this Cradillia wasn't paralyzed, not only would I have been probably Toxic stalled by this Torkoal if it carried Toxic, but also I would be able to he would actually be able to get the Stealth Rocks off my field, basically, because this thing is naturally slower than Cradillia. But because I'm paralyzed now, I'm slower than the Torkoal. So now he goes for stealth. He went for Rapid Spin, but now I can just go for Stealth Rocks. He can keep going for Rapid Spin, but I'll always go last. Therefore, I'll always get my rocks up unless I get paralyzed, which thankfully in this case it didn't happen. And now as a result, I'm able to just take out this Torkoal via Toxic Stalling and still have my rocks up, which is excellent. So now here he's gonna go into Tapu Lele, and I think here is where I decided to just go for the Toxic here. I was anticipating him to go for the Psyshock, which I think would have taken me out right here. But he actually goes for Moonblast, anticipating my Sharpedo, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe he went for it because he thought it was more powerful than Psyshock. Maybe he thought my Cradillia would be defense invested. I don't know. But he didn't go for Psyshock, which I think would have taken out my Cradillia right there, honestly. But he went for Moonblast. Thankfully, I didn't switch into Sharpedo. That kind of crossed my mind, but I didn't think about doing it just because I didn't think I needed to. And what I really wanted was Toxicking this thing. And thankfully, he didn't go for Substitute here either, honestly. Because if he did, that would have just been the whole game. Me trying to go for Toxic and then trying to take out his freaking Substitute. That would have just been a big problem. He just goes for Moonblast over and over again. So I'm like perfectly fine with that. Because now I got the Toxic off. and now I'm just going to Toxic Stall this thing a little bit. Now here with Sharpedo, I finally send it in because first of all, I now know that this thing is not Choice Guard like I said earlier, and it's also Life Orb, so it's not Z move either. And right now it's poisoned and kind of weakened, so even if he went for Substitute right here on the predicted Protect, he would be weakened enough so that the poison can just easily kill him anyways, and I just have to switch out and sack something else honestly. But thankfully he doesn't go for Substitute here, he instead just tries to go for Moonblast, and I am able to just finish this thing off with regular Sharpedo with a Crunch. I get +1 speed now. Now here I kind of made a misplay. I think. Here what I did was Mega Evolve instantly, which was really bad for me actually. You're gonna see right here why that's the case. Cause sure, I do outspeed this Whimsicott, but the thing is that this thing does have Prankster, and he manages to get the Prankster Tailwind up, which is like really bad, because my Sharpedo is only at +2 speed, and I do get to go for the Psychic Fangs here, but now he has Raichu, which is locked in the Thunderbolt. Or he's going to have to lock himself into Thunderbolt unless he wants to risk missing the Focus Blast. But I do have Sylveon, so he can lock himself into Focus Blast, honestly. So what I did here was actually try to stall out the Tailwind turns. I tried to go for another Protect because I couldn't. Had I just stayed as regular Sharpedo, I could have gotten the late game Sharpedo sweep right here. But unfortunately, because I Mega Evolved too early, because I was afraid that that Whimsicott might have survived the Psychic Fangs from regular Sharpedo despite it being adamant and boosted in the Psychic terrain, I as a result had to basically lose Sharpedo here, unfortunately, with this Raichu, who was at +3 speed thanks to the Tailwind and the fact that it's Choice Scarf. So yeah, now here thankfully my Cradily was able to take one Thunderbolt, not get paralyzed, and manage to go for the recover. So now here I'm safe to just go for Giga Drains till this thing goes down. Even if I get paralyzed, like I'd have to get all the paralysis in the remaining turns that follow for this thing to even have a chance at beating me now. But because I managed to get that recover off, now I'm just perfectly fine. I'm safe, kind of, for the most part anyways. Because now I just get this Giga Drain. It does not die yet because this Cradily is not that powerful, unfortunately. But I am going to be able to take it out eventually right here. And that's basically going to be the whole game. So yeah, that was a pretty good game to Fulham. Fulham is not a bad battler, obviously. It's just that he has quite the attitude, in my opinion. As to what that attitude is actually what I don't know, honestly. But it's an attitude that kind of confuses me in a way. He says things, and I honestly don't even know how I'm supposed to respond to it. I don't know if I'm supposed to like what he says, or am I supposed to love what he says, or admire what he says, or what. Like, I don't understand Fulham, honestly. But yeah, either way, that's irrelevant right now to the battle. Good game nonetheless. The Sylmar Sylveons will win this battle, and we'll be able to take it 3-0. So that'll pretty much put us at 9-3 now that we've beaten Fulham. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Thank you all for watching this battle. Stay tuned for week 13 and where we face Fat Jesus and the Silverback Mamoswines, and that's actually going to be an interesting battle. So yeah, hope you fellas look forward to that, and I'll catch you guys later.